You've downloaded the bro split that made sure you did chest every single Monday. But by the end of it, when you pulled the top up, you had a beer belly, you've got man tits, and there's absolutely zero muscle definition anywhere. But in this video, I'm going to give you the exact phase by phase system that I'd wished I'd had to be able to build 5 kilos of muscle before I went and failed 3 bolts where I gained more than 25 kilos that I just had to diet off. And it's a system that you're going to get access to that I use with my clients to help them build their first 5 kilos of muscle and to stop them from feeling pathetic when they spend so much time in the gym trying to build muscle but just getting fat. And it's only when I put this system in place that I finally broke that pattern of just getting fat and then getting skinny again. And since going through this system, I've been on my best ever bulk where I now spend time looking in the mirror, genuinely throwing poses because I'm like, well, I look great, mate. And it's 3 phases: the fat loss phase, the reverse diet phase, and the best phase, which is the bulking / muscle gain phase. And before I get into what each phase does and what it's there for and why you need to do it, I'm actually giving you the opportunity here to go through the first phase by yourself, because without going through the fat loss phase and getting lean, you're not going to build any muscle anyway. So if you grab my free Shred Without Skinny calculator using the link in the description, you're going to get access to the sheet that's going to give you the exact calories and macro targets that you need to shred through your body fat so that you get lean, see that muscle, and then set yourself up to build even more muscle in the reverse diet and muscle building phases. You cannot afford to miss this phase if your goal is to build size and to fill out a gym top and to look in the mirror and look good. So go and grab that using the link in my bio right now. Which leads us nicely into phase 1, which is the fat loss phase. It's going to last you anywhere between 4 to 24 weeks, right? Because it depends on how much body fat you've got. If you haven't got that much body fat, you're not going to have to cut for that long because you don't need to. Whereas if you're sat there now fucking 25 kilos overweight like I was, you're going to take a long time to get through this cut. But the point still stands, you still have to go through it and you still have to get lean. And the whole purpose of this phase is just to get lean enough to get into a bulk. Because if you start bulking right now with your overweight, if you've already got too much body fat and you don't like how you look, if you go into a surplus and a muscle building phase or a bulk, all you're going to do is build body fat on top of body fat, mate. Because even a professional competitive bodybuilder might step on stage at 6% body fat, but in their off season, they'll go up to like 10, 12% body fat. They're actually still got more body fat in their off season, which means that you're going to have to gain body fat anyway. So if you've already got some, then guess what? That man tit problem that you've got right now isn't going to be solved by going into a bulk. It's going to be solved by going through a cut. So following on from the formulas you've got in the free calculator that I've given you, you're going to be looking to lose anywhere between 0.5 to 1% of your body weight per week. So if you're 100 kilos, you're going to lose either 0.5 kilos or 1 kilo per week. So that's the safest rate of loss that you can have without losing muscle. Because if you've got a tiny bit of muscle, we still want to keep hold of it. Any slower than that, and you can probably afford to go faster. Any faster than that, you're probably cutting into muscle and we can want to go slower. The next thing we look at is protein. Like, I like to set protein at a flat rate, 2 grams per kilo. So if you're 100 kilos, you're going to go into 200 grams of protein. Protein is what's going to keep hold of that muscle. Like, if we're in a dieted state, your body is going to be wanting to lose body fat. But if we don't give your muscle 2 things, which one is protein and one we're coming to next, it's not going to stick around, which ties in nicely to training hard enough. So we want to make sure that we're logbooking in this cutting phase, because like I've just said, when you're in a cut and your body's getting rid of body fat, if you're not giving it the protein and you're not training hard enough, you're not going to give your muscles any reason to stick around. Because the quicker you get through your cut, which is the boring bit, you can get through to the fun bit, which is the bulk. Which puts us into the next phase, which is the reverse diet, mate. This is the gap between getting from a fat loss phase into a muscle gaining phase, right? Because what happens when you're at the end of a diet, mate, if you don't want to regain all the fat and lose all the work you've just done, you have to go through a period of incrementally bringing your calories up from your deficit into your muscle building phase, right? And because you have gotten lean, because you want to bulk properly, you should be leaner than the average person. You're going to be susceptible to regaining that weight because your body doesn't want to have no body fat. Body fat is a good thing for your body to have because it's just stored energy and it keeps you alive a bit longer if there's no food. If you just give your body loads more food the second you finish your diet, if you've been on 1,500 calories, mate, and you start eating 3,000 calories every day, your body's just going to store all that as fat, and then you're going to lose all the hard work, and then you're not going to be able to go into your bulk. The very reason why you've got rid of the body fat in that cut has just been completely wiped out from underneath it. You've got too much body fat again, and now you can't stop bulking. So what you need to do is spend 6 weeks at maintenance calories, and you watch your weight to make sure that your weight stays between about a kilo range. So if you diet down from 100, 70 kilos, and you're going through a reverse diet at 70 kilos, You don't really want to go higher than 71. Don't really want to go lower than 69, because what happens then is you come away from your diet safe from rebounding with fat, and now you can push on into a bulk, and now you can get to the fun bit. And this is where everything that you do in the first two phases pays off, right? Because if you've done phase one and you're lean and you're shredded and you've got no body fat, you've then gone through phase two where you've made sure you've brought your calories back up without regaining that weight. So you come to the bulk, you're lean, you're able to eat higher calories without regaining the fat back. You can now push on into building muscle, mate. And it's where the magic happens. So all you're gonna do is you're gonna bump your calories up like 200-300 and make sure that we're looking to gain at a rate of about 0.5 to 1% of your body weight per month. So in a cut, it's per week. In a bulk, it's per month. So again, if you're 100 kilos and you're lean and you're starting to a bulk, you would be looking to gain anywhere between 0.5 to 1 kilo per month. Any faster, and you're running the risk of getting fat, which is what I usually do. I usually gain like 2 or 3 kilos in a month. It'd be body fat because muscle takes time to metabolize, right? Any slower, and you're probably sitting at maintenance and you're probably leaving gains on the tables. And then that's where we put a massive focus on training performance. You're not just beating your logs by like 1 rep or like 2.5 a week. It's like, no, you should be adding a lot of weight to that bar. You should be adding a lot of reps. You should be feeling very, very strong. The surplus of food is what enables muscle tissue to metabolize, but without the hard training that goes with it, your body's gonna have no reason to build the muscle. And if you just eat in a surplus without training hard, your body's just gonna store that food as fat. So there it is, mate. The exact step-by-step phase plan that I would use is the fat loss phase, anywhere between 6 to 24 weeks. You'll then go into the reverse diet phase, which is gonna take you 6 weeks. And then when you go into the bulking phase, for as long as humanly possible, while keeping an eye on condition. If you're getting too soft and you're losing definition of your abs, you need to slow down. If you're not noticing any gains in your strength and your performance, you need to speed it up. And then all you do once you go through a bulk and you're gaining at 0.5 to 1% of your body weight per month, and you're doing that for at least, I'd say, a year, just repeat the system. So when you go through a period of bulk and you give it enough time, you've gained at least 5 kilos of scale weight, at the most 10 kilos of scale weight, while keeping an eye on your body composition. Make sure you're not getting too soft and getting fat again, because that's what I did. And that's why I've just been on my best ever bulk. But the system starts with one thing, mate, and it's the fat loss phase. It's making sure you get the right calories and the right macros for you to follow to make sure that you're losing 0.5 to 1% of your body weight per week without cutting into muscle, that you can get using the Shred Without Skinny calculator. Use a link in my description, mate. And if you want to know the reasons why most people don't build their first 5 kilograms of muscle, I've done a video on the exact things that you shouldn't be doing in the gym and with your nutrition that are going to prevent you from building the muscle that you want. Go watch it.